Finally, we've got a new guitar from Fesley! Hey guys, welcome back to the Bald Shredder channel. So yeah, very exciting day today. You guys probably remember how much I liked their dinky Strat style guitar from about a year ago. And I've been waiting, and a lot of you guys have been waiting to see what they were gonna do next and what guitar would they put out after that one. Well, finally, we've got our answer, and it's this bad boy right here. Now I'm gonna go over everything, I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it, but as usual guys, yeah, I wrote and recorded an all new jam on this guitar just for this video. And you're probably expecting me to do some like pretty crazy shredding on this thing. However, on the jam for this guitar, I'm only doing, I would say, a little bit of mild shredding. And there's a really good reason for that, which I will get to in the video. So this is basically a budget version, a copy of the LTD or the ESP Eclipse guitar. And essentially what it is, it's like more of a heavy metal version of a Les Paul style guitar. Overall, it's a pretty cool guitar that sounds pretty darn good. It's got a mahogany body, a mahogany neck, and a purple heart fretboard. Now as far as the setup and the control layout, well, they did pretty much copy the Eclipse, meaning it's got one tone and two volumes. So each pickup has its own volume control. And then we've got the three-way toggle switch right here and the two-pneumatic bridge. Now these might look like they're active pickups, but actually they're not. They're just regular humbucker pickups. Now like a regular Les Paul style guitar, guys, this does have a scale length of 24.75. And you might be expecting this to have like a set neck design, but it doesn't. It's got a bolt-on neck. And I actually think that's kind of cool because it gives me the option of shimming the neck pocket if I need to, because on a set neck design, you can't do that. Plus, there's less material right here than there is on a set neck. Less wood that's kind of like in my way when I've got my hand up there and I'm trying to reach those upper frets. So yeah, I like that design. And it's got a pretty big cutaway right here for your hand, as well as the belly cut right here, which is really nice, which makes it more comfortable to play. And I like how they did the back of the neck. Remember, it's a mahogany neck, so it's not painted. There's no high gloss. It's just like a thin matte finish like the whole guitar. So that's real nice, real comfortable, pretty slick. Now it's definitely not like a super thin neck profile. It's a C shape. But it's not huge either, so it's pretty comfortable. It's got regular frets, guys. They're not stainless steel frets, and the fret work seems to be pretty decent on this. However, Here's the one thing that I'm pretty disappointed in this guitar. It does not have jumbo frets. If you look at the specs on the Eclipse, either the LTD or the ESP version, it says right on there, extra jumbo frets. This one does not have extra jumbo frets. It doesn't even have jumbo frets. In fact, they're pretty small, they're pretty low, they're not tall at all. And that's the reason, guys, that I said at the beginning of the video, before the jam, that I was only gonna do some mild shredding and not some like totally over the top shredding, because when the frets are this little, it makes it really hard, or I shouldn't say really hard, but it makes it harder to play those fast technical shredding licks, especially higher up on the fretboard. I can't do the licks as precise as I want them to be, and the little frets are just not ideal for shredding. And I really think this guitar should have jumbo or extra jumbo frets, really. And for some people, that doesn't matter at all. They don't care about the size of the frets, but I just want to make it clear so that that's something that you're thinking about when you consider getting this guitar. Now, there are a couple of other points of concern on this guitar. It's got a bit of a gap in the neck pocket. It's kind of hard to show you because everything's black and then there's shadows and you can't really see the gap really well on camera unless you're like eyeballing it right up close like I am. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys this. You see this guitar pick? This is a 0.71 millimeter guitar pick, so it's not a massively thick guitar pick, but it's not a piece of paper either. And I'm gonna put it right in there. And it went right in there. You guys see that? That's how much of a gap there is in the neck pocket. Now, hang on, guys. I did check with 2 other people in the past few days that got this same exact guitar. They even got the black one. I checked with them to see, does your guitar have that gap in the neck pocket? 2 people. And guess what? They both said no. So does that mean that mine is the only one that has the gap in the neck pocket? I don't know, but it's 1 out of 3. So another thing to consider. Okay, the other thing, guys, is the bridge piece here, this piece. It was on backwards. I could not figure out why. When I was trying to record the jam and I was tuning the guitar and I'm playing different chords, and I'm playing a chord like this, an A chord, right? And then I'd get up here higher, up to like the 9th fret or the 12th fret. And I'd get up there and it would be totally out of tune. I was like, okay, so the intonation is off. Let me adjust the little saddle pieces and adjust the intonation. And it still wasn't working. And I was like, what is going on here? Why are those strings like so out of whack as far as the tuning? And I was talking to Mike over at Fulton Street Beats. Thank goodness for Mike. And he told me that on his, the bridge was on backwards. He told me that the little screws down here that you use to adjust the saddles, they're supposed to be on the top facing up, not on the back facing down. And I looked at mine and I went, oh yeah, they're on the bottom side facing down, just like his. I just wasn't even paying attention to that or noticing it. I should have, but then I looked at my, my other Les Paul style guitars that have that same kind of bridge, and yep, on all of them, the screws are on the top side facing in this direction. Not a big deal though, guys. I mean, really it isn't. All I did was I loosened all the strings. I didn't even take the strings off. I just loosened them up a lot to where I could pull up the strings and pull this guy up and off. It just comes right off once there's no tension on the strings. I just pulled it off, I pulled it out, I adjusted the saddles to get them in the right position since I'm gonna be flipping it around, flipped it around, put it back in there, put it on, tightened up the strings, tuned it up. Wow, what a difference. Now the intonation is correct. I'm not having that issue that I was having, and the guitar stays in tune a lot better. So, guys, you get this guitar, whether you get the black one, or the pink one, or the sunburst one, it does come in 3 colors. You're gonna wanna change the strings anyway, because these budget guitars never really come with good strings. So, you know, change the strings right away, and when you take the strings off, just take the bridge off, flip it around, use a little screwdriver to adjust the saddles, and then put your new strings on and you're good to go. Okay, so what else do you get besides the guitar? You get a guitar cable, and unlike a lot of these budget guitars, this one's actually a good quality cable, finally. You also get a strap, and then the Allen wrench for adjusting the truss rod if you need to. I did not have to adjust the truss rod on that at all. And we've got a decent gig bag, Fesley branded gig bag. Got the rubber foot on the bottom, got the pocket, the straps. Yeah, pretty good, pretty decent gig bag. It's a good quality guitar. It's made well, plays pretty good, sounds pretty good, with my only real gripe being the size of the frets, as I mentioned before. It really should have jumbo, or if they really wanted to knock it out of the park, the extra jumbo frets like the real Eclipse guitars. So like I said before, just keep that in mind if you're considering getting one of these. And yeah, of course, I've got the link in the description if you want to go to Amazon and check it out. Alright guys, as usual, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.